Smartphones. Black value. Hidden truth. In today's technologically advanced world, mobile phones have become an essential part of our daily lives. They are not only a means of communication, but also a means of connecting, entertaining, and managing personal information. However, few people can imagine that behind those shiny and luxurious phones lies a dark reality that few people know about. We will take you on a journey to discover the serious problems within the mobile industry. From the unsustainable exploitation of rare materials to the harsh working conditions in the manufacturing plants. With the rapid development of technology, consumers are increasingly dependent on mobile phones, leading to increased demand. However, this boom also brings many consequences, including environmental and social impacts. Follow along to learn more about this controversial industry and uncover stories that have never been told before. Can we be part of the solution? Find out with me below. Introduction to the mobile industry. In today's digital age, the mobile industry has become an indispensable part of people's daily lives. The explosion of smartphones has not only changed the way we communicate but also had a strong impact on many other aspects of society. From work, study, to entertainment, smartphones have become a powerful tool, expanding the ability to interact and exchange information in the digital age. The importance of the mobile industry. The evolution of smartphones began in the early years of the 21st century with the introduction of the first devices such as the Apple iPhone and products from major brands such as Samsung, Nokia, and Motorola. These phones not only provided simple calling and texting functions but also integrated new features such as applications and web browsers. Since then, smartphones have been constantly improving in terms of technology with many superior features. Manufacturers are constantly updating software and improving hardware to meet the increasing demands of consumers. Advanced technologies such as 5G, artificial intelligence, AI, virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR, have been and are being integrated into mobile products, opening up many new opportunities for users. One of the highlights of this development is the reshaping of the way users express themselves and interact with each other. Social networks, messaging apps, and communication platforms are prevalent, allowing users to connect and share information anytime, anywhere. However, along with the advantages, this development also poses many challenges, including security and privacy. The mobile industry, which includes the production and development of smartphones and mobile applications, is now occupying an important position in the global economy. According to a report from Statista, global revenue from the mobile industry is expected to reach more than $500 billion in the coming years. These figures show the strong economic growth potential that this industry brings. The hidden stories behind the products we use every day. Although smartphones have become an important part of our lives, few people understand what lies inside these products. Behind the convenience and variety of features of smartphones lies a complex ecosystem of manufacturers, application developers, and service providers. One of the most valuable assets of the mobile industry is data. Smartphones collect a huge amount of data from users, from browsing habits to geographic location. This data not only helps manufacturers improve their products, but is also a valuable resource for advertising and market research companies. However, this also raises questions about users' privacy and personal information security. There have been many cases of information leaks and data abuse, causing users to consider sharing personal information. In addition, the mobile industry also faces environmental issues. The increase in smartphone production has led to an increase in electronic waste. This waste, if not properly managed, can have serious impacts on the environment. Therefore, developing sustainable solutions for the mobile industry is essential. Companies need to find ways to reduce the environmental impact of their manufacturing processes and encourage consumers to recycle old products. Environmental and social impact. Mobile phone manufacturing is a complex process that involves many different stages. From the extraction of raw materials, processing them into components, to assembling and distributing products to the market. These activities have created a lot of pressure on the natural environment. Exploitation of precious raw materials. In modern manufacturing, there are many materials that play an important role, especially in the electronics and electric vehicle industries. Among them, Cobalt and manganese stand out as essential components, especially in the production of lithium-ion batteries, a key technology for portable electronics and electric vehicles. Cobalt. Cobalt is one of the most important raw materials in the production of lithium-ion batteries. It not only increases battery capacity but also improves battery stability and longevity, making it an ideal choice for high-tech applications. Cobalt is mainly extracted from the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, which supplies about 70% of the global supply. According to a World Bank report, demand for cobalt is expected to increase fivefold by 2030 due to the booming electric vehicle industry and the growing demand for mobile electronics such as smartphones, laptops, and tablets. However, cobalt mining is not easy. Many mines in the DRC operate in unsafe conditions and lack effective oversight. Child labor and labor rights violations are still common in the cobalt mining industry, raising questions about the social responsibility of companies that manufacture batteries and mobile devices. In addition, cobalt mining brings many environmental challenges, from soil and water pollution to the sustainable loss of habitats. Therefore, finding new sources and alternative technologies for cobalt is an important task to minimize this negative impact. Manganese. Manganese, another common mineral, is also becoming an increasingly important raw material in the green economy. It is commonly used in the production of steel and alloys, providing products with strength and corrosion resistance. Manganese is also an essential component in lithium-ion batteries, where it helps improve battery performance and durability. The development of renewable energy technologies and electric vehicles is creating an increasing demand for manganese. Manufacturers are looking for green and sustainable manufacturing solutions, and manganese has become an increasingly popular choice in the design of batteries used in electronic devices and vehicles. Yellow. Although gold is not a necessary raw material for the battery or electronics industries, it holds a special place in the financial markets and jewelry industry. Gold is considered a safe investment asset, and its value often increases during times of economic uncertainty. The gold mining industry has brought many economic benefits to the countries that produce it, contributing to economic development and creating jobs. However, gold mining also causes many environmental and social consequences, especially in illegal gold mining areas. The scrambling gold mining system often leads to the destruction of ecosystems, water and air pollution, and social problems such as violence and corruption. The use of mercury and cyanide in the mining process also poses a major threat to the health of local people. Furthermore, gold mining is often unregulated, especially in places where governments are weak or corrupt, leading to serious consequences for both communities and the environment. Neodymium. Let's open our phones. Among the essential parts that make our smartphone work: magnets. They are in the vibrating base in the microphone, in the speaker, and even in the camera. Dozens of them in total in each mobile phone. These magnets are made of neodymium, the most magnetic chemical element in the world. The largest neodymium mine can be found in the BTO area in northern China on the border with Mongolia. Our mobile phone magnets are born here in these mountains. Neodymium accounts for 97% of the world's production, but this El Dorado has a price, and that price is the pollution of the acid base and heavy metal soda caustic. For every ton of neodymium produced, 1 ton of waste and 75.000 L of acid water are discharged, and the factory spits everything here into the giant landfill of this lake. 600.000 tons of waste are dumped every year. The lake stretches over 11 square kilometers of area, equivalent to Saint-Tropez, but less sunshine and more radiation. Production process. During the production process, energy consumption is also a factor worth considering. To produce a smartphone, a large amount of electricity is needed, mainly from fossil fuels. According to a study by the Institute for Organic Dynamics, about 80% of the electricity consumed in the phone supply chain comes from fossil fuels, contributing to increased carbon emissions into the environment. These emissions will certainly affect global climate change, increase temperatures, and cause many negative impacts on the natural environment. Transportation and distribution. Furthermore, transporting components and products to consumers requires a large amount of energy, often from trucks, trains, and planes. This not only increases carbon emissions but also consumes a large amount of natural resources. According to a report by Greenhouse Gas Protocol, The transportation industry contributes about 14% of total global emissions, a number that cannot be ignored in the current context. The impact of mobile phone consumption on the environment. Mobile phone consumption is no less damaging to the environment. Every time a new smartphone is released, many consumers tend to replace their devices, even if their old ones are still in good working order. This leads to an unsustainable cycle of production and consumption, with millions of phones being thrown away every year. Workers' rights. Workers' rights are a crucial factor. Many reports show that in mining areas, workers often endure harsh working conditions, low wages and a lack of social security. Many large companies have been criticized for failing to implement necessary labor standards, leading to workers being forced to work in dangerous and unsafe conditions. Poor working conditions can cause many health problems for workers. They are often exposed to toxic substances, leading to occupational diseases such as chronic lung disease, skin diseases and neurological problems. From a personal perspective, I believe that improving working conditions and protecting workers' health should be a top priority for mining companies. Otherwise, these companies will face public criticism and may lose the trust of customers. Presence of child labor. Another serious problem in the mining industry is the presence of child labor. According to the International Labour Organization, ILO, millions of children are still exploited in mines around the world, especially in developing countries. These children are often forced to work in dangerous conditions, do not attend school, and are subjected to enormous pressures in their daily lives. The extraction of precious minerals often leads to serious human rights issues. Human rights organizations have called on mining companies to take action to eliminate child labor in their supply chains. Only when companies are transparent and accountable in their operations can they create positive change for the communities in which they are mined. The problem of electronic waste. One of the serious problems related to mobile phones is electronic waste. According to a United Nations report, the world generated about 53.6 million tons of electronic waste in 2019. A record 62 million tons in 2022, up 82% from 2010. On track to increase by 32%. It could reach 82 million tons by 2030. Billions of dollars of strategically valuable resources are wasted and dumped. Only 1% of the demand for rare earth elements is met by recycling electronic waste. According to a report by ITU and UNITAR, the 62 million tons of e-waste generated in 2022 could fill 1.55 million 14-ton trucks, enough to form a line of trucks around the equator. In addition, e-waste contains many valuable resources, such as gold, silver and copper, which can be reused if processed properly. However, the current reality is that only about 20% of e-waste is collected and recycled. The rest is often thrown away untreated or dumped into the environment. Electronic waste treatment solutions, recycling and environmental protection policy. One important measure is to promote recycling and environmental protection policies. Governments should encourage companies that produce and sell phones to implement take-back plans, helping to reduce the amount of electronic waste generated. In addition, establishing local e-waste collection and recycling facilities will make it easier for consumers to dispose of old devices. The government also needs to provide incentives for companies to engage in recycling, thereby motivating them to carry out environmental protection activities. Community education. Public education is also an important factor in solving the e-waste problem. It is necessary to communicate and raise awareness among consumers about the negative impacts of improperly disposing of phones, as well as encourage them to participate in recycling programs. Raising awareness about environmental protection has never been more important than now, when the amount of e-waste is increasing. Sustainable technology development. Finally, developing sustainable technology is an indispensable solution in the current era. Technology companies should aim to develop products that are easy to disassemble and recycle, helping to optimize production processes and minimize waste. Investing in research and development of environmentally friendly alternative materials is also a good way to go. Conclude. As we have seen, the mobile phone industry not only brings great convenience to our daily lives, but also poses many serious problems related to labor, environment and health. The exploitation of resources, child labor and pollution due to production are realities that need attention. On the other hand, I also hope that the mobile industry will promote green initiatives to reduce negative impacts on the environment. Companies can research and develop more sustainable products, and increase recycling and proper disposal of electronic waste. However, with awareness and informed choices, we can help change the situation. By prioritizing sustainable products and supporting brands committed to protecting the environment and human rights, we can make a positive impact. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel to explore more interesting topics together. See you in the next videos.